Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a pretty big piece of news, and it's all about PlayStation and how they have overcome the challenges of cloud gaming and how this could very well change the landscape going forward with PlayStation content and the PlayStation platform, if this is all to be believed. And this comes from official documentation from the CMA. So I wanted to go over this and discuss the implications that this has, because this is huge. This is very, very much a big deal, depending on how they execute it and if they can demonstrate exactly what they're talking about here. Really quickly, before we jump into that, if you could do me a huge favor and just hit that like button, really goes a long way, and subscribe if you're new, and share the video if you find it informative. Now, basically what's being said here, and I'm going to quote this entire thing, they say the same rival submitted that technological barriers to streaming included latency, were quickly dropping and were likely to continue to drop. It described how it had reduced latency on its service. On a call, the same rival stated that it had solved the latency problem and that its service now outperformed playing on a local console device, including from a latency perspective, which had it achieved by using more powerful graphical processing units, or GPUs. So the big thing here is saying that they have overcome the latency issue, which you guys all know if you've ever used PlayStation Now, or what it's called is PlayStation Premium now, PlayStation Plus Premium. And also, even if you think about like Xbox's cloud service as well, because they have that as well, you know that there is a latency issue, and it is definitely felt when you are playing games that require timing or like an FPS or something like that. Well, they've overcome this. They've seemed to, at least according to this documentation, overcome that, and it is quickly dropping even more so, and to a point where it actually has surpassed or outperformed a local console, which is almost like unfathomable. How is that possible that they can overcome the latency of a console, or outperform the latency of a console? Because it just seems so unrealistic to even think about that, but allegedly that is what's happening here. And not only from a latency perspective, but they've also gone beyond that, as they say that its service now outperformed playing on a local console device, including from a latency perspective. So other factors as well. And this is all done because of the whole thing about them using more powerful GPUs. This is huge. And I don't think it's being overstated enough here, that this is a very, very big deal. The fact of the matter is that if this is truly the case, right, if we're not just reading too much into this, and this is truly a case where we're talking about better performance, better or less latency, then we're talking about the potential of physical hardware slowly disappearing. Like, this is the beginning of the end for physical hardware if this is the case, because the entire point of physical hardware not going away, and the reason why it's not going away was because of latency issues. And of course, there are other factors as well, like internet speeds around the world. And I'm not saying that tomorrow we're not going to have consoles. I'm not even saying that PlayStation 6 might be the last console. I'm saying that going forward into the near future, maybe the next 2 generations, however long it takes to get great internet across the globe, at least to a point where you can enjoy video games without too much of a problem. Once we achieve that, I think we'll slowly start to see that this hardware, physical hardware, local hardware, is going to start to disappear. And I'm not a big fan of that because I love physical hardware, but just like digital games are now the bulk of sales these days, physical hardware is going to go the same way as physical media eventually, in the next 10 years or so. Who knows how long, right? As we keep progressing so quickly and rapidly with the advancement of technology. So this is definitely something to consider, but very big news, very surprising news. I really didn't think it was going to be possible to do this anytime soon, but clearly Sony and PlayStation, they have found a way, which is huge. And I definitely wanted to talk about this because this is big, and I totally will see that a lot of these journalist websites are going to pick this up and they're going to talk about it. So, hey, if I can get it to you guys first, that's a big achievement on my end of things. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you are looking forward to this future of possibly doing everything through a cloud, or do you prefer to have your physical hardware? What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not liked the video already and you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new, and share the video. It really does go a long way. You can also follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. I thank you all for watching today's video, and I will talk to you on the next one. Take care.